Is the 2018 iPad Pro still worth it in 2023? Let's talk about it. So this is the 2018 11-inch iPad Pro with Wi-Fi, 256 gigawiggles, and I still use this machine every single day. I use this machine probably more than I actually use my Mac or any other Apple device, including my iPhone, and there's a bunch of reasons why, starting with the design and size of this machine. The form factor and the 11-inch size of this iPad, I think, is a perfect size for that in-between device between an iPhone and the giant 12.9-inch iPad Pro. It's bigger than the iPad mini, so you get more screen real estate, you can read things a lot easier. So as a size comparison, here is the 12.9-inch iPad Pro and here is the 11-inch one. And this 12.9-inch iPad Pro has the M1 chip. It's faster, it has better cameras, a better screen, it has amazing HDR support, but this 12.9-inch form factor is gigantic. I tend to reach for the 11-inch iPad Pro way more than the 12.9, and simply because the 11 one, it's smaller, it's compact, it's easier to hold for longer periods of time. I can't really sit on the couch with a 12.9 for hours or even several minutes before my hands start getting tired. In fact, my hands are already starting to get tired right now just holding it. But the 11-inch, I love the size. I love the portability of this. It's lightweight. I think it's a beautifully minimal device with just the one camera bump right here, volume buttons over here. The lock button is here on top. This also has USB-C on the bottom here. There are stereo speakers. I mean, this iPad really has a ton of features. And one of them that I absolutely love, probably my favorite thing about this iPad, is this amazing ProMotion display. This display right here is snappy, it's beautiful, it supports the P3 wide color gamut. It's the same display as the 11-inch iPad Pro from 2022, the M2 iPad Pro. So you're not really getting like extra pixels or anything special with the newer displays after 2018, because this one still slaps. It still looks amazing. Colors are really vibrant. Watching movies and videos on this thing, which I do a lot, everything looks awesome. It's nice and sharp, it's detailed. I really just can't say enough good stuff about this display. I think it's beautiful. The 12.9-inch iPad Pros, however, have the mini LED with a brighter HDR output, and that does make an amazing difference. That's actually my favorite thing about the 12.9-inch iPad Pro over the 11-inch, but this display is still plenty bright for me. One thing I love to do on here is edit photos in Adobe Lightroom, and this is an amazing display and it's accurate. Also, drawing or writing notes on this with the Apple Pencil, which it supports, Apple Pencil 2, is an amazing experience also on this iPad Pro. It's just really fast, really snappy, and it works really well with the A12 bionic processor, which is still blazingly fast on this iPad Pro. Like, I really don't see any need to upgrade to a newer iPad Pro, at least the 11-inch one, over this 2018. Apple is basically competing against itself now. Like, even with the M1 and the M2 iPad Pros, this A12, it's a 5-year-old processor at this point, and it's still blazingly fast. Apps open instantly. There's almost no delay in any apps. It's just a really fantastic and fast experience. It does slow down here and there. It does show its age just a little bit, but the 2018 iPad Pro still supports all the latest iPad OS updates. So this is actually running iPad OS 16.5, and it's just so fluid. The motion is awesome. It does sometimes take like a second or two longer than the M1 iPad Pro to open apps or to open large documents in Procreate or something. But for normal daily tasks like messaging, checking social media, etc., it's perfect. It's really fast. I don't really think you need to upgrade to a faster processor, because I even did a side-by-side video between this one and the M2 iPad Pro. I'll link that video down below, and you can see that it's almost the same speed as a 4-year newer device. So the one area where I actually would recommend getting a newer iPad Pro is the battery life. The battery life is decent for this device in 2023, but yeah, like I said, it's a 5-year-old device, so I don't expect it to be as ballistic as a new iPad Pro, of course. But that said, I can get easily 3 to 4 hours of on-screen time using this iPad Pro. Sometimes more, sometimes less, depending on what I'm doing, but I don't really notice the battery draining super fast in most cases, because this iPad Pro is used primarily as a consumption device for media, for movies, for videos. I use it a lot for messaging and looking things up and reading. So for those kind of like daily tasks this iPad Pro has plenty of battery life for me, but of course a newer iPad Pro is going to have better battery life because even though this processor is fast, it's still not super efficient with the latest versions of iPad OS. So if you get a newer iPad Pro, you'll definitely get better efficiency, better battery life, but battery life is seriously awesome on this still, and I really only charge it like once every other day with kind of light to normal use. But if you're going to be editing a lot of photos and videos or music or something on the iPad Pro, I might recommend getting a newer model because you'll get better battery life, faster efficiency with the newer processors and stuff like that. But for me, for the daily use, this is totally fine. The only other con I can think of this device is the cameras on it are definitely showing their age a little bit. I don't really shoot a lot of photos or videos, especially videos on this iPad Pro, but sometimes it's nice and it's handy when I'm on this already to just snap a nice picture of something. The newer iPhones have much better cameras, so I tend to revert to my iPhone to take a lot of photos, but it works totally fine for stuff like scanning documents, taking quick photos or snapshots of stuff to sell on Facebook Marketplace or whatever. But if you're going to be taking a lot of photos or videos on your iPad Pro, probably wouldn't recommend this model. I would recommend getting something like the M1 iPad Pro or the M2. Another huge benefit of this iPad Pro versus the newer ones is, of course, because it's from 2018, it's going to be so much cheaper to find one of these versus a newer model. I see 2018 iPad Pros on Facebook Marketplace and stuff for like $250 to $350 to $400. It could be a third or even a half of the price of the newer ones. So if you're on more of a budget, this iPad Pro is an insane value even in 2023. Just be aware, since it is a 5-year-old device, if you're buying a used model from somebody, you might have to replace the battery if it doesn't last very long. But this still has plenty of battery life for me. I don't really see the need to replace the battery. So would I recommend the 2018 iPad Pro in 2023? Obviously, hell yeah, I would. It's still super fast, the display is amazing, the processor is incredible, it still supports all the newest iPad OS versions, the Apple Pencil works awesome with this, the battery is kind of old, the cameras are kind of not so decent. They get the job done though, and I'm not really complaining for a device that I still don't see the need to upgrade in 2023, 5 years later. But let me know in the comments what you think. Do you still use the 2018 iPad Pro in 2023? I did a video like this last year and a lot of you are still using the 2018 iPad Pro, and I still do myself. I think it's an awesome device. And if you watched all the way to the end of this video, leave a donut emoji in the comments so I know that you are officially part of the hashtag House of Aqua. Hit that like button and subscribe on your way out, and I'll see you in the next one.